caused Druvika to remember her math problem?
It's her brain.
Yes, but more specifically, it's her hippocampus.
The hippocampus is a part of the brain that is associated with memory, learning, and emotion. Its biggest job is to hold short-term memories and transfer them to long-term storage. Its name, hippocampus, comes from Greek, with hippos meaning horse and campos meaning sea monster, since its shape resembles that of seahorse. It is also important in emotional processing and things such as anxiety and avoidance behaviors.
Additionally, the hippocampus is a convex elevation of gray matter tissue within the parahippocampus gyrus, inside the inferior temporal horn of the lateral ventricle. Essentially, it can be described as a curved and recurved sheet of the cortex that folds into the temporal lobe's medial surface. The hippocampus has three distinct zones: the dentate gyrus, the hippocampus proper, and the subiculum. The dentate gyrus is a simple cortical region that is an integral portion of hippocampal formation. It acts as a preprocessor of incoming information, preparing it for subsequent processing in CA3. The CA3 region of the hippocampus is important for rapid encoding of memory. The subiculum is positioned between the hippocampus proper and entorhinal and other cortices. The parahippocampus gyrus and cingulate sulci are located in the medial surface of the hemisphere, forming a C-shaped ring. The medial temporal lobe cortex includes major subdivisions, such as the hippocampus and entorhinal cortex.
Hold up, that doesn't make sense. I need an explanation that is given in Psychology for Dummies book.
Here is a slowly moving diagram for you to understand better. Feel free to pause whenever you may need. As it's seen here, the hippocampus can be divided into various sections, this time more simplified for the viewer's eyes.
Wow, I had no idea that the hippocampus was so involved with memory.
Well, now you do. This part of the brain is often misconceived as a temporal part of the cerebral cortex. Though it is a part within the cerebral cortex, it can be distinguished externally as a layer of densely packed neurons, which curls into an S-shaped like structure on the edge of the temporal lobe.
People dream high in the quiet of the night, you know that I caught it.
Notice how Haruka and Kira are aggressively memorizing something?
The three phases of memory in the hippocampus include registration, storage, and retrieval of information. The hippocampus, the parahippocampal region of the medial temporal lobe, and the neurocortical association have all been shown through autopsy and imaging studies to be essential for memory processing. The hippocampus is closely associated with the amygdala, the hypothalamus, and the spectrum, such that any stimulation of the nearby parts also stimulates the hippocampus to a certain extent. There are also high outgoing signals from the hippocampus, especially through the fornix, into the anterior thalamus, hypothalamus, and the greater limbic system. The hippocampus also plays an important role in the ability to tell where objects are in space, also called spatial processing and navigation. Finally, it is also very hyperexcitable, meaning it can sustain weak electrical stimulation into a long sustained stimulation that helps in encoding memory from visual, auditory, and tactile senses.
So, what did we learn today?
My hippocampus is not remembering.
Pirouettes! We learned that!
Oh!
It's a major role in learning
Memory.
Response stimuli.
Something that we will be discussing later in the video is how the hippocampus is a very plastic and vulnerable structure, which makes it very vulnerable to other stimuli that might damage the hippocampus.
A few moments later.
I wonder what a damaged hippocampus can do to someone.
In my psychology class, Mr. Gwynn wanted us to read about NFL players who had one or more loss of consciousness or concussions that may lead to shrunken hippocampuses or poor memory.
Haruka, remember when you were jamming to Taylor Swift songs earlier? I actually came across a BBC article. Oh, hold on, let me pull it up.
Oh my god, look! It talks about how Taylor Swift fans report amnesia following the Eras tour. In the article, Dr. Phillips says when fans are excited, they're not properly processing the things around them.
Oh, that sounds pretty concerning. I wonder what some other risk factors are and how I can improve my own memory.
Well, I guess you can take care of your very own hippocampus by making sure you are eating a balanced diet, are maintaining a healthy weight, and also controlling your stress levels and anxiety and all other factors that might potentially influence your memory in making decisions.
Don't forget how important sleep is too. If it's damaged, one may have difficulty maintaining conversations, losing items, making decisions, asking some questions, have trouble following directions, not taking care of oneself, and getting lost in familiar places.
Okay, could dementia have a role in this as well? In other things such as older age, lower levels of education, untreated depression, social isolation, and physical inactivity may have important roles.
In the end, as we have learned, the hippocampus plays a vital role in memory. Memory itself contributes to our experiences and our responses to certain situations. We also saw and explained how impacts on this part of the brain can heavily influence other aspects of our lives. As a result, we encourage you all to take care of your hippocampuses and never forget how important it is. Pun intended.